the last 24 hours. And from the vetting of the Chief Justice nominee yesterday and the conversations from there on in. Those who've asked what could be the possible challenges he walks into and how does he surmount the hurdles as well. All of that. But perhaps the most topical from everything that happened yesterday was the... Do I need to even say it? I mean, it was the back and forth between the minority and then the majority with respect to preliminary comments and what have you.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, we are not here to rehash our argument. We have not brought any argument before the House. We filed an administrative motion, which motion was declared inadmissible. It's as simple as that.
You have to catch the attention.
Now, it does not stop us from stating our views on an important national matter. It doesn't stop us. We are not challenging the Speaker's ruling at this committee. We know what to do. The minority, even when we disagree with the first Deputy Speaker, filed a review application which was admitted, and we started a debate. We are not in any way against any ruling and against any rules. We will use the rules to express our views. So the majority chief whip is completely wrong to introduce that matter. What we are rather saying is that the rule that the majority leader is seeking to invoke to rather stop the minority from exercising its right of opinion on a matter of national importance rather supports the very reason why we had come with a motion to say that let all the matters be determined to bring clarity, because Her Ladyship Justice Araba Esaba Tokonu has rights, far right. And what becomes of her when eventually the court determines that all her beliefs are upheld, yes, and then what becomes of us?
Yes, Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable Majority Leader.
You are hearing?
No, I am the one speaking.
What do you want?
You understand? Yes. Please, let's take a cue. Severally,
he has raised it.
I admonished
him or me
that everybody, that anything that has to do with a matter raised on the floor and a ruling delivered by the speakers, including me, would not be entertained. So that one, strictly, any attempt to go into that particular area, I would ask you to stop your submission.
And excerpts from yesterday as well. Let me bring in Noble Crosby Annan, who's here already with me. Good morning. I trust that your night was restful.
We try to let it be. We can't complain too much. We are fine. How are you?
Grace abounds as well. Thank you as well for coming in early. Let's get into the papers and then we'll we'll begin to get reactions from yesterday. A number of individuals have spoken, but I have the National Enquirer in front of me this morning. KGL Group boss urges shift in national mindset. Our story is not running away from the front page.
It was on the front page yesterday.
Yeah, also yesterday. Today it's made its way to the Enquirer's front page as well. Gold board crackdown. 25 illegal gold traders arrested. Stories on pages 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow, it's a lot of pages for that story. NHIS hits 18.4 million in terms of coverage. GIPC clinches dual victory at Wiper World Conference in UAE. Government slashes 30% off passport application fee. And Ghana-Nigeria police strengthen cooperation to combat crime. The Daybreak newspaper, minority rejects, and they've put disputed in double quotations, Bafo-Boni boycotts vetting. You find that there. Private sector ally in development, Alex Dade, KGL, again, well represented. I fear Ataa Ayi jailed him 70 years to protect my family. Justice or Chief Justice nominee Justice Paul Bafo-Boni. Coming up, visa racketeering scandal hits NEIP. I was telling you about some week ago.
Yeah.
There was where is
he still
Eric
the boss
J?
of
Is he still
NEIP?
the boss of
Yeah.
NEIP? I told you there was a story that was coming, and the story it has still not come, but they've just put it on the front page of both the Daybreak and then the
story.
The is it the Enquirer, the National Enquirer? No, so it's the Daybreak that has the story. It says that look, visa racketeering scandal hits NEIP. Coming up, like they are doing. Do you know what is coming up? Do you know what is coming up? We are doing coming up on the front page of the newspaper. Also, top military officer fingered in 500,000 cedis rent scandal. It comes with a picture of the CDS, who I know is not the one in question, but since he's the Ogboro, they will slap his face there, and then you have to speak to it and provide some answers. Cross, something has already caught your attention. You are reading.
Yes, it's on the front page of the New Republic. Some small story on the right bottom corner. It says, from death row to bail. Kitchen knife coup plotter freed on 2.5 million CD bail. That's what caught my attention, but I'll get you the details. Also on the front page is this, the banner story. Power play at Lands Commission. Acting Executive Secretary moves to oust deputy amidst reform rift. That story is on page 12. They say that if you go to a lot of these state institutions, the deputies, they just occupy posts because the main bosses see them as very good, very capable threats. So they'll just keep you at arm's length. You are not far, you two are not close, so that
they'll police you, and there's nothing it is that you can.
No, they work.
No. They say power plays a Lands Commission. Acting Executive Secretary moves to oust the deputy amidst reform rift. That story is on page 12. Cities rise and shine. Takoradi traders cheers the minister's success. It comes with a picture of the finance minister, Dr. Forsing, while he was in the Takoradi market. 2024 Best Fish Farmer Chase Minister for Awards. On page 13, we spoke about it yesterday.
This the Republic, eh?
Yes, the New Republic paper.
Let me see. I suspect that story might have been coined from somewhere, but
the details captured on page 13. This story is by Philip Anto, and it says the 2024 Best Fish Farmer awardee at the National Farmers Day celebration, Ebenezer Nyamble Jikunu, has revealed a concerning delay in receiving his award nearly a year after the ceremony. It says, speaking exclusively to the Independent, Mr. Jiku expresses disappointment at the delay in receiving his prime award. A JSC 3-ton double track promised him and his fellow awardees, despite assurances from event organizers. But don't they? I'm seeing him with a standing by the truck.
So yeah, that's the thing. Yesterday, when we engaged him, he says that look, they took them, showed them the vehicle, and then all of the award winners, and said, "Oh, we will do the paperwork, and then we will bring it. We'll bring you the vehicle. We'll do the paperwork and bring you the vehicle, and then since then,
I'll explain it. I'll take you to the Observer newspaper, Marina, and Sixtus. On the front page, Gold Board arrests 25 for illegal gold trade and fabrication. Comes with a picture of Mr. Richard Nunekpeku. Nunekpeku. What does it mean?
Let me find the appropriate language to explain it. It's Nunekpeku, like let the mouth reject death. Something in that light. Something in that light.
Nekpeku. Charlie, the language is nice. It says that Gold Board arrests 25 for illegal gold trade and fabrication. Also, Ghana signs bilateral debt agreement with Germany. That story is on page 2, with the finance minister and the German ambassador to Ghana. CMC's Jamal Kone promotes Ghanaian cocoa at the 8th China International Expo. Also, a story on the front page is much awaited Nkoko and Nkiti program to be launched tomorrow in Kumasi. It comes with a picture of the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku. These are the stories from his sisters.
6.
The Daily Times newspaper, edition 2. And it says, reporting with facts and truthfulness. On the front page, Western North Minister refutes illegal mining claims, champions lawful rock mining. Comes with the picture of the Honorable Wilbert Petty Bintum. Is it Bintum or Brentum? He's the regional minister for Western North. Poor Brekum Sampa roads threaten Ghana's cashew export sector. CTAC pleads with government. Not CTAC. So this one is CTEAG. It's the Cashew Traders and Exporters Association Ghana. Dr. Randy Ose Okra leads the charge. TCDA launches Northern Zonal Office to empower share value chain. This should be Tree Crop Development Authority. Let me be sure. Okay, so that is Tree Crops Development Authority. They have launched Northern Zonal Office. Ghana Post Management pays courtesy call to Chief of Defense Staff. Otumfuo Foundation unveils Teachers Bungalow to support St. Louis SHS staff. On the front page of the Daily Post newspaper, Acting Defense Minister presents August 6 helicopter crash report to Mahama. At the vetting of Chief Justice nominee, I have integrity and everything I have done shows. Justice Bafoboni is the one quoted here. Gold Board National Security arrests 25 for illegal gold trade in Accra. Chief Justice nominee explains why he sentenced notorious armed robber Ataa Ayi to 70 years in prison. Comes with the picture of a stern-looking Chief Justice. On the back page of the Daily Post newspaper, you have President Mahama captured in pictures at the 2025 GJ Awards night. Various scenes with Otumfuo. Yes, I think the Otumfuo is featured in all the pictures here. One presenting, what is this? An award. Was it presented to him or by him, together with the Otumfuo and a third person?
And George Queening is still in there.
Well, yeah, what do you mean by still?
Yesterday, the president shared a picture or two from the weekend. He was in that picture as
You know,
well.
he has changed his wallpaper, screensaver,
everything.
DP.
If it be you know,
Using the one that he's in the picture.
if it
with the
were to be
president.
you, if it were to be you,
My
question.
LinkedIn profile will say, "Hey, Otunfo Sheka."
oh my
So
God.
those are, I don't know, but some of the pictures are so dark. I think there's a picture you are referring
No,
to.
this one. This is Godwin. This is Judge Queening. This is the Asante Otunfo 82, and this is the president of the. How
Oh, so this is actually the journalist of the year award because
Yes.
this
You
should
know,
be
he
George,
took-
George
he-
because the pictures are so dark I really cannot see.
Yeah. He took the award on
this
behalf
is
of
the
of
GJ
Godwin.
president.
This?
Yes,
Albert Stumfo.
Okay.
Albert Jomfo. That's Albert Jomfo.
And this one is which one?
So this is Albert Jomfo, Otunfo, President Mahama, and a few others.
Oh. Editor of the Daily Post newspaper.
Today their pictures are not bright.
Michael Dokos. You are correcting names. What is it? Dokos?
I have to see it. So I
I think it's a beautiful.
Have you seen Mawena's watch?
Story.
Have you seen his
I
watch?
think it's heavier than that. We're in this together.
What's the name of the?
It's fine. Yeah, Crosby asked the question whether we are in this together, but we can.
No, but I've been wearing this watch for God knows how long.
that's
I
not-
think
we have
whatever mischief it is, I think
Sometimes-
that can be cured with the time frame with which this watch has been on my wrist.
Start wearing it since
So-
before creation. We don't care. We are just saying that I've seen new watch. Anyways, I'll take you to the New Republic. That story about the power play at the Lands Commission. I would want to get the details of the story captured on page 12 of the paper. And this is what it says, that tensions have reached a boiling point at the Lands Commission as the acting executive secretary, his name is Professor Anthony Oswansa, he's embarking on a controversial mission to remove Anthony Malian Intiado, the deputy executive secretary in charge of operations. The reported power play has cast a shadow over the commission's reform initiatives and digitalization endeavors, highlighting concerns about the organization's direction. Overseeing the nation's lands administration, the Lands Commission is grappling with internal challenges that observers fear could erode public confidence in its operations. Allegations of staff misconduct, including tampering with records, unauthorized alterations to titles. Unauthorized alterations to titles.
Land titles.
Yes.
What?
And involvement in rent-seeking activities have surfaced, and clients are purportedly facing exorbitant fees for expedited services, while crucial documents are subject to inexplicable delays or vanish without a trace. What has been your experience at the Lands Commission? Tell us. The Commission's fragile IT infrastructure has also come under scrutiny, enabling unchecked manipulation of records by employees with critical data and risk of deletion at their discretion. The things I'm reading at their discretion.
Yeah, it's quite serious.
The sudden reassignment of Anthony Malen Intiado, a pivotal figure in the Commission's digital transformation drive, has triggered widespread apprehension among staff and stakeholders. Supporters of reform argue that his expertise and strategic vision are indispensable for modernizing the system and enhancing operational efficiency. And insiders warn that his removal at this crucial juncture could deal a severe blow to the institution. Somebody says the Commission's fate hangs in the balance if the Deputy Secretary is ousted.
Hey.
That's a source that told the New Republic. The alleged rift appears to stem from personal conflicts between the acting executive secretary and the deputy overseeing operations, raising concerns that individual grievances are overshadowing institutional imperatives. And observers emphasize the necessity for swift intervention by the president to defuse the situation and safeguard the commission's mandate. But a lot of the things, allegations of staff misconduct, tampering.
Who is the
with-
boss again?
His name is Professor Anthony Oswansa.
And who is the deputy again?
Anthony Malen Intiado.
So Anthony,
They are both Anthony.
and they can't.
But they are not Anthony.
I'm sure when they met at first, they were calling each other name.
And suddenly,
Anyways, but I'm sure calm will be restored eventually.
Oh, I'm not sure calm will be restored with the way the story is going there.
No,
One person will have
but there
to
are
fall.
serious allegations.
One person will have
raised
to fall, because for persons wanting to edit land titles and what have you, I think allegations, yes, but it requires a certain level
Some
of investigation.
They say crucial documents vanish without a trace.
So it's not just appearing as a personal risk. No. I think that the attention of the appointing authority has to go to the Lands Commission, because those are serious allegations raised there, and there has to be immediate action. Already we have so many issues on our land front.
Yeah.
You multiple sale of lands. We are struggling with land guards. You buy your land, but you don't own it. You have another person. You have to
go and be seeking permission from some other person.
You have to pay somebody on your own, and the stories are not pleasant. You are on your own land, then a group of young men appear and tell you, if you don't do this, you will not have peace.
Somebody says he built one story, then the land guards came, said, we thought you're only building one story, but since you are continuing,
pay again.
You reach window level fee, lintel, roofing. You do something,
and this has become employment for
very
young men.
jobless individuals who go about.
The appointing authority really has to pay attention to the Lands Commission. The issues, yes, they are serious, and if there's any truth to these allegations, then action has to be taken, and that, of course, has to be founded on some investigation. And so we are encouraging the appointing authority, Lands Commission, the Lands Ministry, to start some action there, because it's not, if it were a personal problem, then maybe we won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but this is a state institution with alleged deletion of titles and
you spoke about the relationship between bosses and deputies in a lot of public institutions. You see, because people are ambitious, and they most often than not think they are better than their bosses. But I could do the job better than you. Unfortunately, the anointing is on your boss. Whether you have more degrees than your boss or not, whether you are smarter than your boss or not, the anointing is on your boss.
And you see, a lot of this too, the people call it the godfatherism, the political godfatherism. So the executive director, the CEO, the MD may come from a recommendation from a certain somebody, and then the deputy will come from somebody else, and then these two people may want their persons to remain at the top, or for the deputy to climb up. And then you, the managing director, you'd see that this person is a potential threat. Instead of you to try and work together with the person to make the institution better, so that you stay there as long as you can, or they would also elevate the other person, then we begin to see these concerns. But if we're talking about the Lands Commission, for a very long time, there have been concerns about how the IT system of the Lands Commission needs a lot of improvement. How they're still doing paperwork, they're doing manual archaic writings and all of that we're not able to digitalize the operations of the Lands Commission. If we're finally being able to see some efforts to do this, and then all of this is happening right now, I think it's so much of a concern. The paper says the Commission's fragile IT infrastructure, it has come under scrutiny as well, and checked manipulation of records by employees.
In the face of when this whole conversation came about as to the limbs and what have you, I chanced upon some young Ghanaians who said, look, they've developed an IT system to help the Lands Commission manage these titles and to prevent some of the challenges.
It should be very easy.
And nobody gave them a listening ear, because things have got to happen.
And it didn't come from somewhere for somebody to do something.
So I'm just using the opportunity to say that, look, there are homegrown solutions and persons young and capable of developing some of the very good solutions, like you've mentioned in this story. we have to pay attention to it sometime. At some point, it needs to move beyond what it is that we can get from the states to what it is that we can do. And if the young people can do it, and they've brought a proposal, you look at the system and you know that this thing will help the Lands Commission.
It will solve this problem.
It will solve this problem. Give them a listening ear. That perhaps starts becomes a starting point for a next big entrepreneur in the country as well. But this story on the Daybreak, which had to do with top military officer caught up in some rent scandal, the story is just 3 paragraphs with more soon. So I'll just take it simple and sweet here. A senior officer in the Ghana Armed Forces is at the center of a massive rent deduction scandal, allegedly pocketing over 500,000 cedis every month from funds meant for accommodation payment. The scandal has sparked
500,000
yes,
cedis.
every month. The scandal has sparked outrage among rank and file soldiers who say it exposes deep-rooted corruption and weak oversight within the military's welfare administration. More soon. Finish.
So more soon, relax. Did they mention the officer's name?
No mention of a name. That's what I'm saying. The story is look at some 3 paragraphs.
This is Daybreak.
Daybreak. Very, very short.
See how they did it.
3 paragraphs. They did 3 paragraphs.
The 500,000 is not accumulated.
No,
every month.
So the paper is saying that look, every month the person was bargaining 500,000 cedis, but we haven't gotten.
Since they are saying more soon, let's also wait.
Yeah, we'll just wait on them and then we'll see how that goes.
There's a witness in the SkyTrain project, the failed SkyTrain project. He says it had no official board approval. Explosive revelations in the High Court in Accra. As former Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund board member, and the board member's name is Yao Odame Dakwa. He has testified that the controversial SkyTrain project took flight without the official blessing.
This is the one that Christopher Mayor is before the court on.
Yes. He says it took place without the official blessing of the board during his tenure in a high-stakes legal battle involving former GIIF CEO Solomon Asamoah and former board chair Professor Christopher Kofi. Odame Dakwa emerged as the star witness, shedding light on a staggering $2 million financial loss allegedly linked to the project. And Odame Dakwa firmly stated that the SkyTrain scheme made a fleeting appearance at a single board meeting but never underwent the rigorous scrutiny, recommendation or approval process expected from such monumental investments. His bombshell testimony revealed that critical documentation, particularly a due diligence report, was conspicuously absent, casting doubt on the legitimacy of the project's financial transactions, says the former board members' unwavering commitment to upholding transparent governance practices and diligent oversight, and underscores his dedication. When I see this line, it takes me to some technology. Eric, I don't know if you know this line, if you're familiar.
Yeah.
So you write, the story comes out, and then you write, the former board members' unwavering commitment to upholding transparency, government practices, and diligent oversight, and underscores his dedication. That line.
Technology.
If you know, you know. I mean, but that's the story. It's interesting how people who were from the same, organization.
Yeah,
it brings to mind the Akwanta mining thing, Akuoko.
Yeah, now singing different songs. If you go to the Daybreak newspaper, they have transcribed some of the proceedings from the court yesterday.
Right.
The cross-examination, like for instance, this first prosecution witness is asked, "You are very kind of particular about your name. Is that not so?" Then the answer is, "And you read your witness statement before penning your signature. Is that not so?" Answer yes. Question: check the witness statement. The first paragraph. Is that how you write your name? No, the dash is missing. Yet you overlooked and signed. Is that not so? Yes. Is it the case that you don't read documents presented to you diligently before signing? No. As a board member between 2017 and 2025, you attended most of the board meetings, if not all. Is that not so? Yes. In fact, you also served on board subcommittees. Answer: yes. In fact, you also served. Okay, so I've read that. How many of the subcommittees did you serve on? 2. That's the answer. You were the chair of the audit subcommittee. Is that correct? Yes. You attended or participated in several training sessions for board members. Is that correct? Yes. Those training sessions that you attended were not free. Is that not so? They were not free. The payments were made by GIF. Is that correct? Yes. After this question, the witness' mouth was sealed, and Justice Audrey Kokuvite adjourned the sitting to Wednesday, November 12, for the cross-examination of the first prosecution witness to continue. So,
is that not so? Why do people like that?
No, they're seeking to establish a particular fact, and in this line, it's trying to discredit the witness you do not read documents thoroughly, and so we cannot trust that what it is that you are coming to say will be accurate. So that's what they're seeking to do.
It's interesting how when they say there are no further comments, or how they leave the thing hanging.
They create a certain
they have finished you. We won't ask again for you to come and clear yourself. You know that what you have said is okay.
It's beautiful, eh?
Yeah, it's a nice profession.
Let's get some more details. The visa racketeering story. We will have to wait, and so we are waiting. We are waiting on the daybreak news.
And so they just wrote the headline
more soon
and said more soon.
Yeah, that's all.
Not even an opener.
No. There's no line. They didn't do what they did with the.
So that's the second story. The other one too. The 500,000 one too.
But the 500,000 one, at least they gave some scanty detail.
No. But you don't do that. You just write a headline and say more.
It is their paper. If you want to go and do your own.
No, I'm saying that in the light of standards and professionalism and all of those things, that values that you would want to talk about.
Well, yesterday, the vetting of the CJ nominee took place. He made quite a number of interesting comments, from wanting to have elections moved to November to allow time for petitions, amongst many other things. But there was what caught everybody's attention, which was the before the vetting process.
The before that's what took everybody's attention.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys made of it. The insistence to drum home the points that look
preliminary statements.
Preliminary 2 hours. Charlie. Because of the back and forth, 6.
Yeah, I see when you don't have. Hey, stop stealing. He's taking my coins.
You should allow him.
Maybe
he wants to buy water. But counsel, how are you fighting over coins?
Yeah, a lawyer of good standing, many years experience at the bar.
And you are fighting over coins.
You know how much coins that is?
How much coins?
That should have been your first question.
80 pesos.
Anyways,
this is to continue.
Do you know that if it's still 80 pesos, you will still get the jail term that is specified by the law? When you don't have the numbers on your side, you would have to make sure that your statements are solid. Your statements get the attention needed, and your statements are, should I say, hard-hitting. The minority leader and his team came to the table ready and prepared to make a point that they had always sought to make. If you recall, they had filed a motion, which motion was declared as inadmissible by the speaker. And I think there was a review. They filed a review. They filed for a review of that decision. And they chose the vetting itself. And if you also recall, there was a lot of contemplation as to whether they would even appear they would show.
Yes.
Yes, and I think the majority leader or one of the caucus members even taunted them, saying, come and let's do this together. We are expecting you, sort of. Don't stay away. And they didn't stay away. They showed up.
Yes, I mean, before that, on another media house, they said they were definitely not going to boycott the vetting. They'll be there and do what is expected of them.
So this was supposed to be a happy national exercise. And I interacted with some of the members of the caucus after when they walked off the proceedings, and I was told that, look, they came to the table ready and prepared to ask all the uncomfortable questions that the majority side would have glossed over. And so they came ready and prepared to work. So my question to this person was, one of them was, why did you start so well only to end the way you ended? If you wanted not to show at all, why bother come? Was it the case that you came to make a point and to go away? And the response was that no, they actually came to work, and they actually came prepared to do the work. And he showed me some of the questions that he was coming to ask. But
so they were prepared.
They were prepared.
So what changed?
That
you seem to have a lot of insider info.
The situation changed when the leader of the side was not allowed to flow in his opening remarks.
Yeah.
And that they realized when they took that break, you realized they took a break after the back and forth. There was a break. When they took the cocoa break to cocoa, chairman. They realized that, look, if the opening statement, these are the interjections and the objections, then it means that there is not a single question that will come from them that will not be objected to. And it meant that they would not be able to even ask the questions that they're prepared to ask.
I'm not sure that that's a very fair way to have looked at proceedings in terms of how, like, basing on the fact that the majority leader said he wasn't going to allow him break the rules, and based upon that haggle decides that they are not going to be a part of the vetting process.
Okay.
I don't think that should be the conclusion.
The member I was engaging said that from all that transpired with the leader's statement, it was clear to them they would not be able to freely ask their questions.
Right.
I'm saying what I got from my interactions with some of them.
Yeah.
So it was at that point they decided that, look, what's the point if we would sit through this and we are not able to, ask our questions? So let's let them do it. The other conversation I had also said that, look, you have a situation where every single conversation that had been had prior to the engagement turned out to be objected to when they got into the committee room. So I got the impression from there that there probably was some sort of engagement which normally there is. You see, at the committee level, they would have a meeting and they will set ground rules and they will say we are ready to cooperate and not to drag this. Let us stick to the issue. Ghana is watching us, and all of that beautiful English. So the prior conversations that had been had and the agreements that probably were arrived at were not met on the table when they eventually met at the table.
Right.
So they decided that, look, if we can't have our way, if we can't even not have our way. What's that? Minority
Have
have
our
our
say.
say.
Yeah.
If we can't have our say, why are we here? Because the third person actually used that phrase that Sixtus, the popular political phrasing, minority will always have their say. But in this particular case, we're not having our say. So why would we continue to be there?
That's the point where I disagree with them, because try as the majority leader did. I think the chair of the appointment committee was accommodating of allowing the minority leader
No,
speak.
I don't think it was about the chairmanship of.
I want to
Speaker.
make the point, because we'll return to this as we try. We have to try and make a way for the callers to come in as well. But the argument was, when you make these comments, you are seeking to break the rules, because these individuals do not have the opportunity to respond.
So,
Which individuals?
Eric, I want you to hold on. So the argument by the majority was that in the minds of the minority, they are not breaking any rule. But in
Exactly.
the mind of the majority, they are breaking the rules.
And the chair ruled on one such instance where he said, look, Poaman JSC cannot speak for the committee and the work that they did. So avoid bringing the work of the committee.
That's the removal committee.
The
Yes.
Article 146 committee and the entirety of the committee, because they will not have the opportunity to respond. Yes, we can see him, but he doesn't have.
He's not before the committee.
Exactly. And so
And
avoid
the
that.
explanation for Afenyo Marking, when the chairman ruled in that regard, sought to say that what you think we are doing is not what we are doing. We are not bringing their work to criticize their work. He was trying to draw the distinction between
Which-
what he thought was right
Exactly.
and the position of the majority and the chair of the committee.
And the reason why I disagree with that assertion that they were not having their say, they were having their say anyways, because whether or not there was an interjection, whether or not
Another also said the interjections. In fact, the statement was popularized by the so many interjections
Exactly.
from
And
the
so-
majority leader.
and
He
so-
said if they had allowed minority leader to just make his statement, he would have made the statement and he would have gone away.
I
and
think
the process would have
where their
continued.
concern will come from is the fact that they wanted certain things captured in the Hansard,
Yes.
which the chair ruled that it be expunged. And so, for instance, the bits where the chair believed that the individuals did not have a say, the description of the nominee as disputed amongst many other things, that should be expunged. I don't know if
I think that was the point of all of this, to have the records. I beg your
capture.
pardon. Capture the position of the minority on the issue. I think that was the whole point of all the drama that we saw. That the minority wanted that position captured
And
on the
the
record.
majority say not.
And the
that
majority
platform.
said no, not here.
not at that place.
But
Go
you
and-
see-
go and talk outside. Go and sit
Go and
it
organize
out.
a press
Yes.
conference. But you see, the proverb that chairman of the committee also wrote on
So
Facebook
that's what I just opened, and I'll read it to you.
is also pregnant.
So that you make your point. It says, "Never honor a fight on your father's farm, where you know so well that it's your father's crop that will be destroyed."
And this proverb was not to the minority.
I think it was to the majority.
It was to the majority.
Let's them
So
out
for
through.
me, I think that even the chairman of the committee agrees with some of the pointers that were raised to
Which
me
is the
in
more
the side
and
conversation.
So
Do
you are
get it?
you are actually even giving me more arsenal as to why the minority shouldn't have left, because you see, when the majority leader continued to interject, the speaker, the chair will step in and tell the majority leader that he doesn't have the floor.
I don't think the minority's position has anything to do with
the
chairman.
chair, no, it won't.
Exactly.
It's
No,
not about the chairman.
I'm making
Yes.
a point that despite that interjection, who gave direction as to what should happen in
So
the committee?
the
It was
chair
the
saying
chair.
that.
will give the
And
direction.
the chair,
really wasn't
and
with
the
the chair.
chair gave the direction that whether or not there is an objection to a question which will be subsequently asked, that decision or determination as to whether or not the question should stay or not was the preserve of the chair.
So
and if the chair,
the argument you are making, I don't think it is anybody's problem.
No, and I'm saying that if the chair was going to allow the minority leader make the point, which he allowed him make in the end, there was no basis for them to leave.
But the majority
no. If you listen to their concerns,
them to
they had exactly.
The
point is that
I am making the argument with respect to the fact that the vetting, this is not a room where we decide we walk away, we will not walk away. You are there to serve a particular purpose, to ask questions. Do you understand?
So are they allowed to walk away from the chamber? They can. It's all part of the exercise of the
democratic. I am speaking in the more idealistic perspective. Look, serve the interests of the people in asking the questions that matter. In deciding to walk away.
But they made their point anyways. The minority made its point anyways. So the bottom line is, if you paid attention to the concluding part of the minority leader's statement, he said that we would have loved to do this. These are the issues that are stopping us from doing this. And because we are unable to go through this, we don't think that we can be part of this process. So members of the majority side, go ahead, do your process, on our side.
I still disagree.
You can disagree. I can understand the position of the minority, but I also disagree on they walking out.
On they deciding to.
But the bottom line is that the interjection was coming was a little bit too for me. It was a little bit too much from the majority. In fact, when Afenya starts to read
from the majority leader,
Afenya starts to read maybe 3 paragraphs. We hear chair. I object.
It's called boot for boot.
It was that much. Yeah. So just like I was saying that, suggesting to
but if there's an objection legitimately so in your belief, you raise it.
Of course. So depending on where you're looking at
and the majority leader also made a statement that exposed his intention right from the beginning. He said that
you not allow him.
If this is what you are here to do, know that I'm also here to stop you from doing that.
He
made a statement to that effect.
You break the rules. In context, he was saying that the minority
that the game is played within a certain bracket of rules.
That is why
you must play within that bracket.
That is why I'm saying that. That is why I'm saying that. This is something the Honorable Afenyo Market is very well aware of. So the excuse that we weren't being allowed to have
he's actually one of the members who knows the rules.
Yes.
Plays with the rules.
Exactly. Because even in his commentary yesterday, he was able to tease out an argument which was made by Dapia Mekpo to make the argument that that interjection by Dapia Mekpo served their interest in filing the motion. So I respectfully don't see the basis upon which they will decide to stage the walkout.
They should have continued.
They should have continued.
Even if all their questions were ruled out.
Their questions were not going to be ruled out.
How would you know?
How would you also know?
No, I don't know. I'm standing on my discussion with some of them to make the argument.
I'm saying that.
So I'm saying
that basis is wrong.
No,
because
if you are able to preempt. What would happen? We can always preempt relations.
That is to say.
I want to side with Mauna because
that is to say that
let me just make this allowed him.
Exactly.
I'm talking about Afenyo Marking
to make the point.
To finish. Even during all the interjection, he still made his point.
Exactly.
He went through
so why can't you deduce that even if your questions are interjected, you'll be able to ask all of them eventually? It's a good assumption to make.
That conclusion, which was drawn by the minority,
very easy.
Respectfully,
I'm sure they planned to come make the statement
and then leave.
Oh, you also
that is what I
think. I mean, it's not about a school of thought because everything points to the fact that they would have been allowed to ask
because they were allowed to finish the preliminary thing, even when there was a lot of.
But in the previous vetting sessions, they will raise.
Do you think you are competent enough for this?
That question was asked by that question was asked by a majority.
Chief Justice nominee.
His integrity was put to the.
Are you capable of this job? Objection. Okay. Rephrase. Chief Justice nominee,
Is the
Do
job
you
something
think you
can
have
do?
what it takes to take your objection? Won't you be frustrated?
No, that's something. Then use another example, because if it's
Won't you be frustrated?
if it's an example of is he competent enough
Oh,
for
it's
the
just an
position?
example. I'm
Exactly.
just saying that
Yeah.
if they did this to you, won't you be frustrated?
Well,
You won't be frustrated.
we have to make way for the,
No, but
the
it
listeners
was a
as
healthy
well.
exercise.
Yeah, it
a
was. I mean,
healthy
it was a healthy exercise. Rules,
Yeah.
bantering rules, and
Yes,
and what have you.
and we have to also commend the chair of the committee.
Yeah, he handled everything quite well
yesterday. He distinguished himself. I know somebody who already disagrees with me, but I'll make the point.
let me. We'll return. We'll return,
Okay.
and then we'll have this conversation proper. But let me talk to you about Rose Bank International University, because as a world-class university